Welcome back to episode 4 of Ballin with Ben, Beckett, and Boyd. I'm Beckett, alongside Ben and Nick Boyd. Today we're talking the first week of the NBA season. How you guys feeling?
I'm feeling great today, low-key.
I'm feeling fantastic as the Celtics come into the season 3-0. Really excited about that.
You know who else is somehow 3-0?
Yeah, I know.
Or
It's
was
crazy.
3-0 for week 1? The Utah Jazz?
Yeah.
Shout out Utah.
Holy shit.
Hey, we'll get into that more later.
Will Hardy. All right. So we're going to start this episode off with our power rankings from the first week.
Yep.
I know it's premature because there's going to be a lot of hot takes, hot reactions of teams who, had a tough first week, had an awesome first week. We're going to see how our rankings after the first week. You guys are eventually going to see that on social.
Yep.
That'll be cool. That's a new thing that we're going to try to do more. So
Shout out Nick for the templates.
Shout out Nick for the templates.
Let's go.
Ben,
Yeah.
what you got?
I will kick us off, and can I just say it's great to be on live television here. Today is the first episode we have
that's also
video.
new.
Oh, I just forgot. I didn't say that. Forgot we were doing
we're past the Stone Age. Like
Yes.
we're moving up in the world.
We're moving up in the world, and
So-
while things are going to be rocky today, it's
Yeah.
not going to be
So
beautiful.
eventually you guys will be able to see the video on YouTube.
Yep.
That's going to be something we're going to try and do. Try and get on multiple platforms. Should be very fun.
Hey, maybe throw some graphics in there.
Yeah.
if we,
Maybe throw some
if we're
graphics
feeling
in there.
like it.
Once we
Yeah.
get, we can make that happen.
The one thing I
For
will
sure.
promise to the people before I get into my power rankings and we kick off the show's content is every single week's episode will get better and better as we all start to get better and better.
That's the
Definitely, and
goal.
I think we're already getting more organized.
We are.
No,
Stuff
yeah,
like
and we're like they don't care about this.
Yeah, enough about us. Let's get into
Hey, let's
the
get
meat.
into it, Ben.
All right.
Power rankings.
So we did Eastern Conference and Western Conference power rankings based on the week of October 18th to the 23rd, starting the NBA season. It was an awesome week, guys.
Mhm.
Can't wait to break it down with you guys. So I will start the Eastern Conference. My number 15 team coming out of week 1 is the Orlando Magic. Rough start, 0-3, but have some bright spots. We'll talk about that later. Number 14, I have the Pistons. Also, I believe 0-3 starting the week. Same kind of deal with the Magic. 13, got the Pacers, who were very surprising for me coming into this week. Did not anticipate them to win a single game, and yet I believe they won 2.
Yeah, and real quick about the Pacers. We all thought, or at least I thought, I know we
Yeah.
talked about this before, Benedict Mathurin would start coming in. They've started a mixture of Aaron Nesmith, Isaiah Jackson, some different pieces at the small forward position, and Mathurin's come off the bench in all 4 games so far for the Pacers. So, interesting move there by head coach Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, more on Mathurin later. So next, my 12th seed is the Chicago Bulls. Off to a little bit of a rough start, but not too surprising for me. I don't really expect too much out of this team this year. 11, the Hornets, who were surprising. They had some nice upset wins. Number 10, a team that's moved down for me quite a bit, is the Philadelphia 76ers. Can't go 0-3 in your first 3 games, kick off the week. You are on the 7:30 opening night game. Like, this is kind of a disappointment. And although, oh my goodness, James Harden looks incredible to start this year, it's just unfathomable that a team built like this would lose to teams like, I believe, San Antonio, Indiana, stuff like that. So getting into the heart of my top 10 here, I have the New York Knicks at number 9, the Washington Wizards at number 8, getting some nice overtime wins. The Toronto Raptors at 7. I almost said the New York Nets. Oh my goodness.
I mean, they are
They
New
are
York,
New York, but
Brooklyn,
they are from
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. The Brooklyn Nets.
Real quick, the Nets defense,
Yeah.
I think we thought it would improve, and it
It did not.
It hasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been terrible, and I thought Ben Simmons would help that out a lot, but
Yeah.
not great so far for
He
the
has
Nets.
played. He has scored 17. Ben Simmons has scored 17 points this year, and he has committed 14 fouls, I believe is the stat. He has fouled out of 2 of the 3 games, and obviously we all saw what Ja did to him last night. That was embarrassing. Anyways, kicking off my top 5. Number 5, I got the Miami Heat. Number 4, I have Atlanta. They're surging early. Number 3, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers, carried by this new look offense with Donovan Mitchell. Number 2, I have the Bucks. And number 1, I got my Boston Celtics, 3-0. Let's go, baby. Do we want to just go around with the East and then do the West? Does that make sense?
Yeah, let's go East to
Okay,
West
cool.
because that's what we did the intros. I'll go next.
Sure.
15, I put the Orlando Magic, as you said, 0-3 start of the season, but they got some bright spots. They'll be a fun team to look at. 14, I have the Pacers, kind of the same there. Except I think they won a game, right? Yeah, 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
13, I actually put Chicago really low. I put them at 13 right now. I don't think they stay there, obviously.
Yep.
They're going to be much better as the season goes on, but they had a rough week. DeMar DeRozan is the only bright spot on that team throughout the first week of the season. At 12, I put the Pistons. They showed some fight, but they got routed by some rough teams. They got routed by the Knicks. They got beat pretty handily by Charlotte, I think, was who they played. No, not Charlotte, sorry. Who else did they lose to? Either way, some rough games for them. I didn't know where to put the Nets either, so I ended up putting them at 11.
The Nets are a tough one.
Yeah, they're
That's-
super
yeah.
tough. There's some very tough teams to rank in here. They got destroyed by a good Hornets team.
Good Pelicans team.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're
Shit,
good.
I am so tired today.
I get New Orleans and Charlotte
Dude,
confused.
I don't even
Yeah.
know. I think because whatever. Anyway, the Nets got destroyed by a good Pelicans team.
Yep.
And then they beat a good Raptors team. So
By a few points.
very weird.
Durant played well.
I don't really know where to put them, so I put them at 11 because they haven't really shown me anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
10, I put the Hornets because somehow they're 2-1. Dennis Smith Jr. is playing out of his shoes right now.
Good catch there. Dennis Smith Jr. deserves some credit.
He
Like
is
it's been a
playing
while
so
since
well.
Dennis Smith Jr. has played this solid consistently.
Yeah, and like they've won some good games. Won some games they shouldn't have won.
Yep.
So they haven't impressed me yet, but they have. I like what they're doing.
They're not
going on
tanking
down
yet.
There.
Yep.
9, I put the Washington Wizards. They also have impressed me. I did not think that they would be winning the games they've been winning. They had a pretty surprising win on opening night. Good. They're a decent basketball team. I thought they'd be pretty fun to watch going into the season. 8, I have the 76ers. As you said, 0-3. Disappointing. They've lost to some good teams, the Celtics and the Bucks, and then they got beat by the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, that Spurs
Can't
game's
let that
definitely an
happen to you.
outlier for me.
You
Because they hung
can't
in
let
there
that
with the
happen to
Celtics
you.
and the
Exactly,
Bucks, but
and again, they're a team that I don't think they're going to stay there, but
Nah.
oof, that was a rough week.
they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Rough week. 7, I put the New York Knicks. They've impressed me. They destroyed the Pistons. They played really well against the Grizzlies. I don't know. I kind of like them this year. They're a good
Yeah,
team
you liked
this
them
year.
before the season too. I think you
Sort
said,
of.
right?
Not really.
No?
Which is why they're a lot higher than I probably would have put them in.
Yeah.
I thought they would be kind of like this. Again, these are two teams I don't really know where to put. I put the Heat at 6 because they had a weird week.
They're really tough.
They lost
rank.
to some good teams, like the Celtics. I think they lost to Cleveland. Is that correct? This doesn't. This
they
this list is
lost
not
Toronto?
who they played.
to Toronto.
Toronto,
They
yeah.
played Toronto twice.
Yeah, so like good teams, but
And they lost to the Bulls.
yeah, good teams, but
Yeah.
I'm not really impressed by them. Same with the Raptors. Like they've won some good games.
Raptors and Heat are like same tier right
They've
now.
won some good
Yeah.
games. They've lost to some good teams. Like I think they lost to Cleveland. That's who lost to Cleveland, not the Heat, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so discombobulated. Oh my goodness. And then they beat Miami, I think, once, and then they lost to them the second time.
Yeah, they
so
split.
two teams that I think are gonna probably be playoff teams, but they're kind of going through a rough spell right now. My top 4: Atlanta at 4, looking very good. I got the Cavs at 3. Donovan Mitchell's looking like a top 10 player in the league right now.
Yep.
Pause. I
Well,
know that's a hot take.
well,
I know that's a
well.
hot take, but just in terms of numbers, he
Yes.
was a top 5 guy in the
This
league
week he was a top
for
10
week
player.
1.
Yeah.
For week 1.
Yeah.
We'll see if he keeps it up.
I don't know about top 5 week 1, but
I mean,
definitely top.
At least
10.
I was sorting by points, so
Okay, fine.
yeah,
Fine.
it's hard to whatever.
Fair enough.
I like Donovan Mitchell.
Darius Garland didn't play in one of those games.
And I
That
think
is true.
I think these two teams at the top are kind of interchangeable. I have the Celtics at 2 and the Bucks at 1.
Yeah,
they
it's just
can
how you look
flip-flop.
at it.
They
with
can
that.
flip flop.
Yeah.
Both of them are very good basketball teams.
All right, Beckett, let's hear what you got.
All right, I pretty much have the same bottom as you guys in the Eastern Conference. The Magic, Pistons, Pacers. I don't think much needs to be said there. I got the Hornets at 12 and Wizards at 11. The Hornets are exceeding expectations right now, but I still expect them to be in that like 11-12 range. So I didn't really give them as much credit as I could have. Wizards 11, Knicks 10. I have the Nets down to 9. The defense is concerning. Like, I thought they would fix it, and they haven't. I'm not giving up on them yet, but concerning. Raptors, Bulls, Sixers, Heat right now are kind of just clumped in the middle.
Yeah.
I went
agree with
Raptors
that.
8, Bulls 7, Sixers 6, and Heat 5. So, I don't know. You can really switch those up as of now, like, in any which way, and I could be able to argue with you and, like, see that side of the argument.
Yep.
I think the Sixers are the best team out of those 4, but we'll see. And then I did have the same top 4 as Nick. The Atlanta Hawks in 4, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Donovan Cleveland Cavs.
None of us can talk today. Oh, my goodness.
Cleveland Cavs at 3. I have the Celtics at 2 and the Bucks at 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're all kind of on a similar.
We're all
wave
thinking the same
with
way.
the
I don't
East.
think any of us had any crazy differences. Like
We might have some crazy
Yeah.
differences in the
the
Western
biggest difference was how we rated teams like the Bulls and the Nets, teams that are very
Yeah.
talented but have disappointed in the first week. And there's even some shaky. We were shaky on those two teams coming into the season too.
Yeah.
So I'm not very surprised by it.
Yeah, when like Beckett was saying, the shaking up stuff in the West, there might be something in my
Yeah.
power rankings that you guys might have.
Let's
some
save that. Let's save that. Nick, you want to start us off in the
Yeah,
West?
I'll start us off in the West
Start us
because I'm a fan of a Western Conference team. We'll
Yep.
get to that. At 15, I have the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've been really bad.
They play with a lot of energy.
But no, hear me out. They're a fun team, and they've been dealing with some injuries, so it's not surprising. At 14, I have the Lakers. I have the Lakers at 14 because holy shit, can this team not shoot? They are going through a rough spell right now.
They have the worst
Yeah.
statistic offense in the
Yeah.
league, and you can't beat
It's
top 10
it's clear
like, looking like that.
It's
Yeah.
clear that the system they have is not working.
Yep.
I don't think their new coach, Devin Ham, is
Ham,
that his
right.
name?
Darvin, yeah.
Darvin
Darvin
Ham. My
Ham.
my bad. I don't think he's the right move. I don't think he was.
I'm not
I
ready
don't
to
think-
say that after 3
I don't.
games.
Listen. It is an early call, but I think they should have.
They've
stuck with
played
Vogel.
tougher opponents,
I
correct?
think they should have stuck with Vogel.
I'm going to agree with you that I don't think Vogel was the problem.
Yeah.
But I also don't think he was the solution.
Yeah.
Well, when I think the problem is going 0 for 12 from the field, like
That is also
that's
a
a
problem.
problem.
The problem is the way the Lakers are constructed.
Yeah.
And Rob Pelinka,
but
I
if
don't know
they're
what's
not a
going
good
on there.
shooting team, they shouldn't be trying to set up shots. They should be trying to drive it in.
No, exactly.
To be fair to them,
Um,
though, they've played 3 really good Western Conference
That's
teams.
fair.
And they haven't gotten killed.
They haven't gotten killed.
Well, they got killed twice and then barely beat.
No,
barely lost. to the
they
Lakers.
lost. They lost to the Clippers by 6.
It's very
Okay,
That's not
not
kill.
that's okay. That's fair.
That's
I
not kill.
misremembered that.
No, you're
Westbrook taking a 3 with up 1 with 30
my
seconds. I
Did
mean, you
you
don't need
see-
to go for the 2 for 1 in that.
Did you see those
possession.
videos
I don't know
of
what they were
like,
doing.
in the
LeBron,
Blazers game? Not
Davis
not
going-
even that one of Yusuf Nurkic. Every time AD would pull up a shot, just turning around
I
and getting
saw
ready for the
that,
rebound
yes.
because he knew he was gonna break it. That was
I saw
so
that.
funny.
Disrespectful.
Anyway, back to it. 13, I have the Houston Rockets. You know, good young core. 0-3 start, but a good young core. 12, I have the Sacramento Kings. Another team with an 0-3 start. De'Aaron Fox. Oh my God.
De'Aaron Fox.
Holy
you got
shit.
it.
We're
You got it.
struggling. We're
Pause.
struggling right now.
De'Aaron Fox
There you go.
is playing out of his mind right now.
Yep.
He's playing like a dude who could be this week. He's been playing like a dude who could be an all-star.
I think he's been a top 5
Yeah.
player in basketball just on this week.
Yeah,
I don't think that's too
if
hot
he
to say.
keeps it up, he could be an all-star this season.
He
For,
could.
I think the first time in his career. Would that be?
I don't.
Was it?
Let me check.
I want to say he's made it one time.
I feel like he's a guy who should have made it.
I feel like he's been snubbed.
Yeah.
He's either been snubbed once, like a heavy snub, or he's made it once.
Yeah.
As like a bottom tier all star.
Anyway, as Ben looks that up, I got two teams next that have really surpassed my expectations. I got the San Antonio Spurs at 11, 2-1 start to the season. Pretty impressive.
Real quick, Devin Vassell.
Devin
He's
Vassell?
He's averaging
Yeah.
around 20
He
a
is
game for the
ballin'.
Spurs.
He is ballin'. Like the name.
like
At
that.
10,
Like the
I
name.
got the Utah Jazz. 3-0 start to the season
Can we
with
just-
big wins over competitive teams.
Can we just give Will Hardy and the Utah Jazz?
Will
Kelly
Hardy?
Olynyk.
They've been
Lord-
listen,
Laurie Markkinen.
Laurie
Yeah.
Markkinen is impressed.
Let's just
me.
give them a round of applause because I think they deserve it after
Dude,
that 3.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. Will Hardy's been doing a really good job of using the guys at his disposal to their strengths, right?
Yeah, and I think he's not saying, all right, you're gonna play 30 minutes a game this day. You're gonna
Yeah.
play 30 minutes a game this day. He's changing his scheme up depending on the game plan.
Yeah,
and that's
based on the
working. And that's how you have
matchup.
to
And
do
it's
it
been
if you
working
have
so
a
far.
team like the Jazz.
Also, they've been pretty clutch. 2 overtime victories over, again, very good teams.
which they did blow a lead to the
Oh, they
Timberwolves,
did.
but
And to
they
the- and to the
won.
Pelicans.
But they won.
No, they went so cold in that
Yeah.
fourth quarter against the Pelicans, but they were able to turn it on.
They won in overtime, so that's
And
all
play
that
good
matters.
defense.
W.
9, I have a team that's disappointed me so far, the Timberwolves. 2
Yeah.
wins over the Thunder and an OT loss to Utah. Like, come on. If you're going to be a team that's going to be
unacceptable.
considered a top 5 team in the West,
Unacceptable.
that's not – you can't start off like that.
And you heard
I think-
Kat call out Anthony Edwards for, like,
Yeah, and
bragging
Edwards,
about eating Popeyes
Edwards
and
hasn't been
stuff.
playing very well this week. Now, I think they're going to be fine
They'll
down
be
the
all right.
stretch, but
They will.
9th right now.
They're talking to Timberwolves fans because somehow I have 2 friends, or at least 2 friends who are Timberwolves fans.
Yeah.
Maybe a few in there that are thinking about it. Just the expression of, we got an easy start to the schedule this year. 7 games, all 7 are winnable. We'll probably go 6-1.
And to be fair, they did win 2 of them, but
won 2,
barely. They were both
this-
very close.
This is 5-2 or 6-1 territory.
Yeah.
They're gonna play the Blazers, or the Trailblazers, I believe, in this 7-game stretch, which I
Yeah.
don't think they can win that game.
Blaze. Oh, I love.
It's
Wait till you see where I got the Blazers.
yeah.
I got the Mavericks at
Continue.
8.
Yeah.
They only played 2 games so far this week. A close loss to the Suns,
Yep.
and a huge win over the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Probably should have put them a little higher, but there's some other very good teams in this conference that I didn't want to underrank.
Tonight's
Um,
Mavericks Pelicans game is a huge test.
Ooh.
Huge test for them.
Ooh.
Both teams.
Is that
Huge
national
test.
TV?
Speaking of the
I
Pelicans,
believe it is TNT.
Ah, cool.
Speaking of the Pelicans,
Yeah.
I have New Orleans at 2.
Yep.
They got a huge win over
Wait.
the Nets.
7, you mean, right?
7.
Good.
Fuck me.
gonna say.
7. Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
2.
I have the.
Whoa.
I don't know. I was reading their standings and seeing 2 and 1, and my brain said, "Say the word
Skips-
2."
Skip 7 through 3, right?
That was not even. Oh my god. I need caffeine, dude. Anyway, yeah. Pels at 7. 2-1 start to the season. They did lose a close overtime one to the Jazz, but Jazz are a scrappy team. They're gonna win some that they probably shouldn't. The Pelicans played really well in that series. Also, back to that Jazz game. Did you guys see that Jordan Clarkson block? Oh my
I thought
God.
Zion was going to be out for a few weeks.
Oh
Seeing him laying on
my
the ground. I was scared.
God, Jordan Clarkson. If you guys
He hasn't stopped talking about
for
this
the
since it's
non
happened, by the way.
like for the non-huge basketball fans here, Zion Williamson is a humongous guy. He is one of the biggest, most built dudes in basketball. He's like one of the heaviest guys, one of the most athletic guys.
And Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson is a wiry guard.
Yeah.
Right? Who's probably 50 pounds lighter than Zion Williamson.
More
At
than
least.
that.
At least.
More than that.
At 75
Yeah.
at least.
He somehow chased down, blocked Zion Williamson and ripped the soul out of his body. And
He
it was
did.
a completely clean play. And I saw that live and lost my shit.
He did. I looked over there
Oh
across
my
the room and saw what was in his
goodness.
mind. Yeah.
Oh
if
my
we're talking
goodness.
about Jazz and blocks real quick, Walker Kessler 4 blocks against the Timberwolves and
Yeah.
moving looking like Rudy Gobert.
He's
not there yet,
Listen,
but, you
I
know,
said,
you know.
I said before the season that he's like a Walmart Rudy
He
Gobert.
is. He's a Walmart Rudy
He's
Gobert.
been playing like
Maybe a
it.
Goodwill Rudy Gobert, but
Yeah.
he'll get there.
Maybe a Goodwill. He'll upgrade to a Target by the end of the season.
Exactly.
Anyway, back on topic. I got the Grizz at 6. 2-1 start.
Good week for them.
Solid week for them. They went to overtime to beat the Knicks.
Yeah.
But the Knicks have been playing pretty good.
We're talking Grizzlies?
Grizzlies. They
That
beat
Mavericks game?
that Mavericks game. They got
did
shredded.
They did.
Ooh,
Yeah,
they got
destroyed.
shredded.
But
And I
other
think
than
that they're gonna be living and dying by Ja Morant. When he has a
course,
hot game, they're gonna be fine. When he's faltering, like he kind of did in that Mavericks game, he still put up good numbers.
Bain put up 38 last night.
Bane-
They both did. Ja and
Desmond
Bain.
Bain is very good at
I miss
basketball.
Desmond Bain.
Desmond Bain is awesome.
I miss him.
Celtic legend.
He
Desmond
was like
Bain.
not even a Celtic. You guys traded him on draft.
Yeah, he got
That
drafted.
doesn't even count.
I
Celtic
miss-
legend, Desmond Bain.
That
I
doesn't
miss
even
him.
count.
I miss every second that we
Can
had.
I call him a former Celtic or
No, you never. You traded the pick to the Grizzlies and then made it on their behalf. That doesn't count.
It's only fair, right?
I think he's a
had
former
him
Celtic.
for like a
Bullshit. At 5, I got the Phoenix Suns. They had a nice week. They beat a good Mavericks team. They played really well this week. 2-1. I'm liking what I'm seeing from them. Another team I'm liking what I'm seeing from 4, Portland Trail Blazers.
Yep.
3-0 start to the season. They beat some very good teams. Dame Lillard is playing out of his mind. Anthony Simon's looking very good.
Real quick, people forgot about like how good Damian Lillard
Oh my
really
God.
is.
Yeah.
He's so good.
We'll get into that later.
You
but
remember when the NBA 75 list came out and people were
Yeah.
bitching that Lillard was on it? This is why he's on it, because he can do shit like this.
He
I'll
is
tell you one
really
thing.
good, and he's really loyal to this
Oh, yeah.
Trailblazers
He's
team for
so-
no reason.
he's
But
one of my
maybe it's
favorite
paying
players.
off.
I don't
this
know
year.
if you guys saw the end of that Trailblazers Suns.
Oh, where he
game.
was talking? Yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah.
DeAndre Ayton on the free throw line, he said, "You're not making this," and then he bricked.
And Ayton
He
proceeded
said,
to
he said,
brick
he
both
said, "Have you
shots.
ever been in this situation before?"
Mm.
Nah.
The answer was no.
He
And
know.
then he showed
he
him
knows.
And then
Yeah,
he showed him
he
what time
knows.
it
He
was.
knows.
He showed him
Yeah.
the damn time.
Always.
3, I got the Denver Nuggets. Right?
Yep.
Listen,
Interesting.
they did get blown out by Utah, but
But
they also blew out the Warriors.
yeah. Well,
So I was
well.
feeling kind of weird about where to
Nick's
rank them.
definition of a blowout is, I think,
Did
a
they
little
beat them by
different
like
than ours.
15, 20?
They beat them by 7. Or no,
Okay.
wait, I'm tripping. They beat them by math is hard. 5.
Holy
beat-
Okay, they
I-
didn't.
Listen, to be fair to me, I was looking at the preseason game where they beat them by 7, and I
Oh,
didn't see
okay.
it preseason.
When I was watching
is
it with
hard,
you
though.
guys, I don't think I saw the final of it, but it was like
They were dogging it for
100
a
to
while, though.
85 at one point.
Yeah.
So they were playing. They had that game in control for the whole time.
And they, yeah.
Yeah, so they had a pretty good game. 2, I got the LA Clippers.
Mm.
3-0 start of the season. Or 2-1 start of the season. Sorry. They lost to... Who'd they lose to? Doesn't matter. They still lost a game. They lost to Phoenix. That's who they lost to.
Yeah.
They lost to Phoenix. Good team. The Clippers have impressed me. They've been better than I thought they would be. And at number 1, I got the reigning champs, the Warriors. They played very well through the start of the season.
Well,
Only lost to the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets
Well.
are a good team.
I
They have a very deep. I don't know. I like what I see from the Warriors.
see.
And nothing they did this week gave me enough incentive to drop them out of the 1 spot.
No, I still have them as the 1 spot too, but when you look at these games, like, yeah, they were close with the Nuggets, but for a while the Nuggets were beating them, and the Kings only lost by 5.
Yeah,
against
and
them.
here's what concerns me. I was about to jump into that Kings game. Warriors
Yeah.
put up 89 points in the first half.
Yeah,
89.
ridiculous. And then what did they do?
130 in the game.
Yeah.
So they only scored
Terrible.
41 points in the second half.
It's bad.
And the Warriors defense is not at like the Warriors. They're known for shooting threes. Whatever.
Yeah.
They've had a great defense. That's what's been
Yeah.
really helping them win this whole dynasty.
Their defense hasn't
They-
looked amazing. to
Not
start the
not
season.
great. 125 points to the Kings. That's not going to cut it in this year's NBA.
Also-
128 points to the Denver Nuggets. So
Also, their
we'll see.
bench has a lot of potential. They're very young, but guys like Moses Moody aren't looking great right now. And I think the biggest thing that gives me more confidence in this team is how that bench performs. Because I would not be surprised if in a week or two I have a team over the Warriors as the 1 seed, depending on how they play against
It is
their
gonna-
next opponents.
yeah, it's
Because they
gonna
have a tough
depend.
schedule coming up.
I agree, but I think the Clippers and the Warriors are both going to keep improving. The
Yeah.
Clippers are going to get healthier with Kawhi Leonard,
Yep.
John Wall, whatever.
They will.
And James Wiseman, a guy for the Warriors, he's looked solid, but he's only playing about 18 minutes a game so far this year. I think
Yeah, they'll bump that
that'll
up.
move up. Kevon Looney, very solid.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think he
Yeah,
deserves more credit.
The Warriors do have a tougher stretch this week. They got the Suns today. They got the Heat on Thursday.
Yeah.
That
got-
Suns game's got to be prime
They
time,
got
right?
two.
It is.
Okay,
TNT tonight.
beautiful.
They got
I'm watching
two
it.
games against,
for sure.
I'll say, less good but scrappy teams. They got
Yeah.
a game against the Hornets and a game on the road against the Pistons.
Mm.
So again, those are games. We'll see. But nothing they did this week prompted me enough to drop them out of the 1.
Yeah.
Valid.
So
I agree with that.
All
Yeah.
right, let's
Beckett, to you, sir.
Okay.
to you,
I'll
Beckett.
take it then. I'm gonna try and speed this up a little bit.
Yeah, no
I'll
problem.
go faster, too.
Yeah. I agree, Nick. Thunder, not great. Shout out, I got a friend, Connor, Thunder fan. He didn't like us putting him
Our
at number
one
15.
singular Thunder fan.
Yeah, shout out Connor. He is the only Thunder fan I know. Fun team to watch this year, but they're in it for Victor. I don't know how else to say it.
Victor and
Imagine
Chet
Victor
will
and
be
Chet on the
nasty.
same team.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the Thunder really have things to look forward to, and Shea really good, but not quite there yet. Rockets 14. I have the Los Angeles Lakers at 13.
Mhm.
I did put the Kings ahead of the Lakers. Never thought I would say
Let's
that.
go. Let's go.
Kings at 12. Spurs really surprised me so far. Like I said, shout out Devin Vassell. Shout out Coach Popovich. They're at 11. Jazz, there you go, Nick, number 10. Timberwolves really disappointing so far. I got them at 9. Pelicans, Mavericks, Grizzlies, all kind of that middle tier, 6, 7, 8 for me right now. I have Pelicans 8, Mavericks 7, Grizzlies number 6. Trailblazers have looked really good. I really like how head coach Chauncey Billups has been managing this team, and I'll talk about that later. But I like them at 5 right now with room to grow, or they could take a step back. They're obviously going to take a step back. They're 4-0. They can't improve on that. They're not going 82-0 this year, but I think the 5 seed is a realistic expectation as a optimistic Trailblazers fan this year. We'll see. They'll go as far as the depth can take them.
Yeah.
That's my concern with the Trailblazers. I got the Nuggets at 4. Somewhat disappointing for me.
The Jazz loss was tough.
The Nuggets, somewhat disappointing week.
But they're looking better.
Really, Jamal Murray.
Yeah. He's got to step it up.
He's got to step it up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And like
And
I
I
said,
think the rest of their bench, too.
yeah, Bones Highland played very solid the other day.
He's been decent.
Yeah.
His efficiency hasn't been the best, but he's been pretty solid. And he's a player I think who's going to step it up as the season goes on.
And I love what I'm seeing from Aaron Gordon, which I
Aaron
never
Gordon
thought
has
I'd
been-
be saying.
Aaron Gordon's been
He
good
looks
this year.
good.
Hey, Aaron Gordon's went from one of the most overrated players to in the league to one of the most underrated players.
Yeah, he's slightly
My-
underrated.
On the Magic, Aaron Gordon, people treat him like he was an all-star.
Yeah, he's not.
Love Aaron Gordon.
Respectfully.
He's respectfully. He's not an all-star. He's a really good 4th or 5th option.
Yeah.
Like a last starter, top bench piece on a good team.
He is,
And that's what he is for the Denver
starting
Nuggets.
power
He's their
forward?
starting power forward next to
Power
Jokic in the
forward.
front court.
Yeah.
I have the Clippers, who I said look for them to improve throughout the season. Their depth is insane.
Yeah.
Got them at 2. I also have the Warriors at 1. Ben, take it away. Let's get it going.
All right. So my power rankings at the bottom, almost identical to yours, Beckett. Thunder, Rockets. Here's where I differ. Spurs, Kings.
Yeah, there's a somewhat clear bottom
I'm
tier
gonna
there,
put
though.
and then Jazz. I'm gonna put the Kings a little bit higher than the Spurs, just because I think De'Aaron's just been playing so good. And if they were to play each other, I'd take the Kings.
Yeah, 100%.
Next, Timberwolves, Mavs, Pelicans, Grizzlies. These teams, I think, you could put in kind of any order. I think the Grizzlies are above the other 3 teams right now, even though, yes, I know the Mavericks blew out the Grizzlies the other day.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I know.
The Mavericks just beat the Grizzlies by 40,
But-
and you're saying the Grizzlies are better
But
than them.
right now, I think the Grizzlies are a little bit more proven than the Mavs. To
I
start this,
had them above them for the same reason. Yeah.
I just like the pieces on the Grizzlies bench.
I also put the Grizzlies 1 spot ahead of the Mavericks,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
I mean,
I know. You could put the Mavericks ahead of them, but I think the Pelicans and Timberwolves are still worse than the Grizzlies right now.
as of now, yeah.
Yes.
But they have more room to grow
They
than the
do.
Grizzlies.
Yeah,
They do.
and
They both.
things will probably change by next week.
Yeah.
Oh, things will definitely.
Oh, they will change.
I think they'll change by next
All
week.
right,
right.
let's hear the top 5.
Top 5. This is where I'm gonna draw some eyebrows. I think. Number 5, Phoenix.
I could see that.
No eyebrows.
I'm
yet.
I'm not going to
Nothing
argue.
yet.
eyebrows-
Nothing yet.
Not going to argue.
As you can see, my
Nothing yet,
eyebrows are
nothing yet.
undrawn.
Number 4, the Clippers.
I think that's low.
It is a little low, but they
Yeah,
did.
I
lose
think
to
the fact
Phoenix.
that you have the Clippers below the Nuggets. I love the Nuggets. They were my projected number 1 seed in the Western Conference.
Again, you're crazy for that.
But the Clippers are better than them right now.
I think
the Clippers could very well
talk
be the
to
1
me.
seed.
Talk to me when the Clippers beat the Warriors,
Okay. Yeah.
because
When
the
do
Nuggets.
they play?
Who knows?
I'll look that up for you. Right.
It might
Or
not
actually
be for a
look
while.
that.
I'll look at it.
No, it's got to be somewhat soon.
I have it somewhere. Oh, it's
They
November
play
23rd.
them- so
Oh.
next month.
Yeah,
kinda
a little
wild.
time.
And then
a little time.
again in February. Oh, twice at the end of the season, though. Twice in March.
They
Those are
will
going
play.
to be those are going to be big late
Big
season
games.
matchups for the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Right now, I have the Nuggets, but I think kind of like what we're saying, Clippers Nuggets could be interchangeable.
Sure.
Okay, you guys ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, I see your big
The
rise.
Portland Trailblazers coming in at number 2 for me.
So does that mean you're buying into this 4-0 start? You think they can keep up this pace and win a lot of games this year, or you just think you like the way they played so far? Like
Both.
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 Okay.
I like the way they
Okay,
played so
okay,
far.
okay.
Probably more than, can they sustain this? But, all right, here's my first take.
What's
Here's
your-
my first big take of
Yeah.
the podcast. The Trailblazers are going to finish top 5 in the West.
That's what I was just gonna ask. What's your
Ooh.
ceiling? Like
Top 5 in the West.
top 5. So could they get the 1 seed,
No.
2 seed,
No.
3 seed? What's your
Maybe.
ceiling? So you're saying
It's
maybe
3-4. 3-4.
3-4 is their absolute ceiling. Okay.
Oh,
Their
this
lowest,
is
their
interesting.
lowest is the 10th seed.
Okay.
That's the
So
lowest.
so you're saying this is a guaranteed play-in team at absolute worst, and they could even get home court in the playoffs.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes. All right. And then obviously number 1, I have the Warriors, but they're not as a defined number 1 seed as I expected coming into this week.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't strongly disagree with any of that. I'm not as high on Portland as you are, but I put them at 4.
Understandable.
I put them at 4 because they've been playing really well.
Yeah.
They've been beating good teams, and I think that unlike some of these other teams that have gotten pretty hot this week, I think they have sustainable winning.
They do.
I think they can go out there and beat teams. I had them as a borderline playoff team in my preseason.
Yeah.
I think they can go out and do some special things this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
on some
hey,
magical run.
that was a great first power ranking segment. I
Yeah.
think we're all kind of locked in on the same head.
I need to take better notes for the future, but yes,
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh, good.
out of kind of keep this pushing, out of all these teams,
Yes.
which ones impressed you the most
I can.
from week 1?
You want me to take this?
Take
Yeah,
it
you
back
start.
in. Take it away.
You start.
All right. The Portland Trailblazers. I think it's easy.
Okay, okay.
I mean, I think there's a few teams that I considered. I mean, the Jazz. Your Jazz team.
Okay,
Shout
yeah.
out the Jazz. Shout out the Spurs. We've been over this before. But the Trailblazers are the team that can have sustained success, and they really looked the best and it impressed me the most this week. 3-0 start, like we mentioned. They're undefeated. And I want to shout out head coach Chauncey Billups. I know I did a little. He's keeping this rotation small, which an injury or two, and you could be like, oh no, Chauncey, what are you doing? Like, now these guys don't have experience playing in this system, whatever. But for now, it's working.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could fade if these guys get tired. You're playing about an 8-man rotation consistently. But I think Shadon Sharp is a guy that he's looked good in limited minutes, and his minutes could grow. They've got a few guys like that. I wouldn't be surprised if Nasir Little starts playing more as the season goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And then Damian Lillard. Come on. People
Yeah.
forgot how good he is. this guy is really special to
Yeah.
watch. And I'm sure we'll talk about him more later. But Ben, I know you agree with me on this.
I do.
This take. You wanna tell me about that?
Yeah, I will just emphasize everything you said here. My team of the week is the Portland Trailblazers. There's a reason why they went all the way from 9 to 2 in my power rankings. Well, first off, just watching I haven't watched every minute of Portland Portland Trailblazers.
The Portland Trailers.
Yes, the trailers. I haven't watched every minute of Portland basketball this season. I'm sorry. I have a life. I like the Celtics. They're my team. But I do love Portland, and I do love watching Dame. But what I can tell you from the minutes that I have seen of their basketball team chemistry has been there. They're getting good quality minutes from guys like Jeremy Grant. Simons, another great player. He's been
great,
amazing.
yeah.
Anthony
really good.
Simons is one of my favorite players on that team.
He turned it up in the last game against, I believe, the Lakers. He turned it up in that third quarter.
22
Yeah.
in the third quarter alone.
His shooting.
I'd like to
three-point
see-
shooting was great in that last game.
Yeah, I'd like to see Simons be more consistent,
Yep.
like shooting percentage wise.
Yeah.
But I think, like you said, team chemistry off the charts. I attribute that to Chauncey Billups and this short rotation that's working for them right now.
Yeah, he's averaging 19 on the season so far. So
Definitely.
obviously things are working there. Another guy who kind of piques my interest is Shaden Sharp.
Yep.
He's averaging 6, and he's shooting 57.1% from 3.
How many minutes per game is he playing? I know it's not a ton.
Yeah, it's not a ton.
It's under 15, I believe.
He's averaging, I believe, 15 minutes per
Yeah,
game.
so
Yeah,
right
15.3 minutes per game.
That could grow.
That will grow.
Yeah,
It will.
but
I'm
yeah, he's
confident
young.
in that.
He's only
Yeah.
19,
Yeah, he is.
just like Jason Tatum.
He's going to be great. Yep. Yeah.
Nick, who we got?
Again, the Blazers are a team that impressed me. I thought about a lot of teams for this.
Yeah. we know
Spurs
who
were in the
you're going.
conversation, but come on, man. I'm a biased Jazz fan. I'm gonna go with the Utah Jazz. They started off 3-0,
Yup.
beating Denver, beating Minnesota, and beating New Orleans. Those are
Three-
three
That's ridiculous.
teams.
That is really,
Those
really
are
good.
three teams that we all projected to be playoff caliber teams.
Definitely, they will be playoff
In the
teams.
preseason, they're probably all going to make the playoffs. And the fact that the Jazz were able to hang with them and beat them, even when the going got tough, even when it went to overtime, they were able to stick with them, not let it phase them. And the other thing that's been so impressive is that this is a completely new group of people.
It is.
They have not. These are the first games that this group is playing together. The Jazz had the most roster turnover over the offseason. So the fact that these guys are able to gel so quickly it's a testament to Will Hardy. He's done an awesome job through the first week. Some guys I want to shout out. Lauri Markkanen.
Shout him out.
I'm sorry I doubted you,
Yeah,
man.
20 plus a game for
He's
Lauri
averaging
Markkanen.
21.5 through the first week.
He could be their leading scorer.
He's
through the
probably going
season.
to be.
I mean, he could.
Honestly.
I mean, he's been a guy that's shown that he can score 18
Yeah,
throughout
like,
an NBA
he's
season,
a-
18
yeah.
a game.
He's
but
a very
we'll see.
good player. Someone else who's impressed me, Walker Kessler.
Yeah.
Yep.
He had a really nice debut, 12 points, 10 boards, 5 for 5 from the field. Very good player. I think he's going to take Kelly Olynyk's starting job by mid-season.
Okay.
By mid-season.
Interesting.
I know Olynyk's got a nice
Yeah.
offensive bag, but I'm sorry, his defense is not very good.
It's not good. I saw
Not very
Kessler's minutes drop significantly last game, which is probably, like I said, Hardy mixing
Yeah.
up personnel.
But I know Olynyk scored the game-winning bucket in that Pelicans game. I thought once Valanciunas came in that we should have switched Kessler.
Yeah.
in.
Can we
Yeah.
give a
I
little
thought we
love?
should have switched Kessler.
Can we give a little love to Jared Vanderbilt?
That was the
10
guy I was going to
rebounds,
give next.
2.5 steals.
That was the guy I was going to give next. He's
Yeah.
been a defensive phenom for this team. He's really stepped up. I know defense was the biggest concern for me because no Gobert anymore. Jared Vanderbilt, man, he's starting to fill that void. Like he's always been very good on defense, but he's just an all-around, an awesome defensive player.
If he can develop like a 3-point shot, he
Yeah.
could be a very good
Yeah.
player
Yeah,
for your
if,
organization.
He's gonna
if
be
he
good.
had an offensive bag, he might be.
Which he could develop.
He could. He's not a great ball handler.
He's still young. How old is he?
He's like 26, I think. 26.
Maybe that's
He's-
not young.
Yeah, he's
He's
like
younger.
He's younger.
23.
20.
Oh,
He's 23.
he is. Okay.
I'm
Right, he is
thinking of.
young.
Sorry, I was thinking of Malik Beasley. The other.
Oh.
He's looked very good too. And Colin Sexton. That guy's a dog.
Yeah, one thing, Colin Sexton, he needs to play more.
He's
I don't
not
know-
been starting.
Yeah, which
They've-
is fine.
They've chosen to start Clarkson over him. Which,
Yeah, Interesting, but
again, I
it's
respect
fine.
that Clarkson's the vet. He's been
Yeah.
here longer. He's earned the starting.
I mean,
spot.
Sexton went through a year with the Cavs averaging, I don't
Yeah.
know, 23, 24 points a game and playing substantial minutes. He's only playing 18 minutes a game this year.
Yeah, and he's.
I don't know if that's injury management because he's been hurt in the past.
It's probably that and ramping him up.
Yeah,
for
that's
bigger
got to
games.
grow to at least 25.
Because
at minimum.
listen, he's averaging 12 points a game in 18 minutes a season.
Yeah, that's really efficient.
You bump that up to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude
Yeah.
is going to be averaging like 25.
Yeah.
24. Like that's really good.
I'm impressed with Hardy's coaching
yeah,
abilities
like
so
they've
far.
been an impressive
Yeah.
team. I don't know if they keep it up, but they're still going to be a fun team to watch.
I don't want to be a
They're going to
Debbie
stay
Downer,
in
but
games.
they probably won't.
They probably won't. But they're going to stay in
Yeah,
games. They're
they
going to
will.
win some games they shouldn't. They're probably going to lose some games they shouldn't.
and what's going on? I thought, I haven't watched much Jazz this
Yeah.
year.
He has.
I know he has. Nikhil Alexander-Walker was a guy I expected to come in and play rotational minutes. He's been a starter for
Yeah, he's,
35 games in his
He's like
career
the
with the
third string
Pelicans.
shooting guard.
Yeah,
behind,
he's only played
not
in
even
2
third.
games.
He's like the fourth string shooting guard behind Sexton and Beasley.
I thought he would get some.
He's a young guy. They're
nothing.
probably going to develop him. One guy I do want to see more minutes from going forward, Ochai Agbaji.
Mhm.
He
Young
hasn't got
rookie.
any minutes, has
He had like 1 minute in the opener.
Oh, yeah, he had 1 minute.
He has
Okay,
played
cool.
1 minute.
It was
Nice.
like he barely played. I want to see more from him because he's a guy who I'm really excited for. If they want to send him to the G League for a week or two to get him back up to speed, do it. Like I just want to
Yeah.
see more from him because I'm really
I
excited
mean,
for what he can
your
do.
most efficient players so far this season have been Sexton, Kessler, and Markkanen, which
Laurie.
I preach what
Daddy Laurie.
Beckett's been saying. Give Sexton more minutes.
Yeah,
He
give him.
could be good.
Let it happen.
And real quick before we move on from the Jazz,
Yup.
Yeah.
I don't want to stay on him for too long, but
Yeah.
Kelly Olynyk is shooting 78.6% from 3.
Welcome to the
All
Kelly
right.
Olynyk
Listen,
experience.
he's still Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah,
bro. I
Walker
wanna see
Kessler's
Walker
coming
Kessler
for his
get
starting
in there.
job.
Listen, I don't care. I like Olynyk as like a when we need offense, sub him in.
Yeah,
But Olynyk got
he's a good backup stretch forward.
dude. Olynyk got to be the backup behind Kessler.
And he'll be a good locker room presence.
Oh,
for
yeah,
you guys.
yeah.
Shout out Kelly Olynyk and his hat collection.
So we talked about who's impressed us this week. So now we're gonna be negative.
Sadness.
Who has disappointed you guys the most this week? Ben, you want to kick us
Ben,
off?
who's disappointed you?
The Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah, that's a good
You
call.
cannot be a title contender. Go 0-3 to start your season. Like this. Like the way they have.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not the players not playing well. Because Harden's been great. And Beats have had moments like the second half of that, the second game of their season. I believe it was against Milwaukee. He scored like 0 points.
Yeah.
Which is, you can't do that if you're a superstar. I'm sorry. But the loss to San Antonio is unexplainable.
That's not.
It's just
yeah.
it's just poor defense, poor bench production. The coaching hasn't been that great.
Who's their head? Is it Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is Doc.
It's still
Oh, yeah.
Doc.
Still
Yeah.
Doc.
We love Doc.
I
Anyways,
do love Doc.
Yeah, it's just been an ugly start for them. And when you got a guy on your team who's one of the favorites to win MVP in Joel Embiid.
I picked him to win MVP.
Yeah, and Tyrese Maxey,
Not
who I
looking
picked
great.
to be my most improved player, and he's been solid. It's just this is pretty disgusting seeing from them. I want to quickly, before we move on, take a look at their upcoming schedule for this week because I haven't really looked into that too much. It is the Raptors twice, the Bulls, and the Wizards.
Mhm.
So those Raptors games will be interesting, and obviously the Bulls are playing better. So it's a telling week to see just what the locker room expression is going to be.
Yeah.
Because if they're losing these games, you're gonna start to see frustration.
Yeah.
Nick, you want to take this next one? And then
I'll
go to Becca
take this
to
next
round it out?
one.
Cool.
This is for me. This team is an example of when a record doesn't really tell the full story.
I agree.
I have-
That's,
I
my
have-
team had a lot to do with that.
Yeah,
as well.
I have the Minnesota Timberwolves as my team that's disappointed me this week.
Yup.
They're 2-1, which on paper sounds great, but their 2 wins were close wins against the Oklahoma City Thunder, who were 15 in all of our power rankings.
Yeah,
That's
telling.
not great
That's
when you're supposed to be a top 5 team in the league and you have the talent you do. You should be blowing those teams out of the water.
Yeah.
Also, they lost at home in overtime to Utah, who is, again, a team that's not supposed to
You're
win
just
that
knocking
type
your
of
own
game.
team now.
Well,
But like,
We had them as
For
14,
real.
pretty much
For real.
consensusly,
Like-
into the season.
and
Yeah.
yeah, like they missed a ton of opportunities to close
did.
that game out. Like they've shot themselves in the foot a lot
Yeah,
so far this season. Rudy Gobert has been awesome. He is not the problem.
he's not.
He is not the problem. Anthony Edwards has been underperforming. A lot of guys on their bench have been underperforming. D'Angelo Russell has not looked bad.
One guy,
He's looked decent.
McDaniels, really good.
He's very good.
can be
I
good.
do love Jaden
He,
McDaniels.
he could be really good.
Yeah.
He already is really good.
And
Yeah.
for
he's legit.
the only reason I put the Timberwolves as the team that's disappointed me is because I was
Mm-hmm.
really high on them going in, and they haven't lived up to
And like we were saying earlier,
Yeah.
this is supposed to be their easy
it. Yeah,
intro
exactly.
to the season, and it's not looking easy.
And obviously, this is,
That's what's
it's week
concerning.
1.
Like
It
it's
is
not
week-
like they've lost to good teams.
Yeah.
They're losing to not.
Yeah.
Like-
And to be fair, it is week 1.
yeah.
A lot of every team gets off to a slow start sometimes, but it's a little concerning. And this is a team I was pretty excited for.
Like,
they haven't really lived up.
Am
to
I
it for me.
refunding my Celtics Timberwolves tickets in December?
Did you buy
No.
Celtics Timberwolves?
Not yet,
tickets?
but they're in my cart. Me and Beckett and
go.
a few other guys might go to that game.
Hey,
You're
that
welcome
sounds,
to come as
that
well.
sounds fire.
Because good matchup and right
Yeah.
next to Christmas too. So it's like,
And
why not?
Daddy Rudy.
Yeah, and we'll get
Okay.
to see Rudy Gobert.
Beckett,
Okay.
you said you had
Anyways.
another 2-1 team that.
Yeah, my
Didn't
my
live up
pre-
to your
my
expectations?
preseason number 1.
Oh my goodness.
My preseason
He's
number 1
turning on
Denver
him.
Nuggets. I'm not
Wow.
turning on them. This is a really good team. This is a really good team. I'm gonna knock your Utah Jazz real quick.
Go ahead.
How you get killed by the Jazz? You get the Nuggets. They got blown out by the Utah Jazz. That's unacceptable. And pretty much that alone, you can't do that if you're gonna be an elite team. So that disappointed me. Another one that's disappointed me, Jamal Murray. I mean, there's gonna be some growing pains jumping back in to NBA action after really 2 years. I mean, it's almost been the bubble since we've seen him.
Yeah.
But he is shooting 38% from the floor. Not
Nice.
quite. Not good. 57% from the free throw line. And he's only getting to the free throw line a little over 2 times a game. So that's got to tick up, and he's got to start converting on those opportunities. Terrible efficiency. Not a lot of scoring coming from him.
A
Like we
bad
said,
week.
like we said, shout out Aaron Gordon. Jamal Murray's gonna get better, and the depth. We've talked about this before. It's
They'll
a little
be fine.
concerning, but Bones Highland I think has looked good. He's shown flashes at times, and the Nuggets are gonna be all right. But this week it's been disappointing for sure.
Yeah. Because even in that Utah game, their bench did not contribute at
Yeah.
all. They had
Yeah.
like 4 dudes with.
And that's really what concerns me. Jamal Murray underperforming. That doesn't concern me. I mean, he's hurt. He hasn't played in
he's
a while.
gonna.
But
you
the
know.
bench, it's like you're not proven. I mean, if Jeff Green is your best bench player, you're not a finals contender.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In technical terms, you're fucked.
Yeah. Shout out Celtic legend Jeff Green.
Shout out Jazz legend Jeff Green.
Jeff Green has been on damn near every NBA team, and it feels like he's so much older than he is.
The
Like,
only
Google how old is Jeff Green?
He is 36.
Yeah, feels like that man is about
Only
45.
team that feels and older and has been on more teams, Mr. Ish Smith.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one. So another Celtic killer. That man, oh man.
He's with Washington now, correct? Yeah.
Is he still with Washington?
He got traded to Washington from.
He went back.
No,
there?
wait, he's Denver.
No,
I'm stupid.
yeah.
You're right.
I was gonna say
you're right.
because he
I
wasn't-
misremembered.
He was not getting a lot of minutes at all for Denver.
I
as a
misremembered
third-string
who
guard.
traded him where.
Let's
That's how you know he's been on every team. I think in one of these episodes we might have to steal a little bit from Charles Barkley's book and get the who he played for.
Dude, we
going.
could play
Let's
who
do it
he
right
played
now.
for
Let's
next
do it right
episode.
now.
Not right now.
Let's
Well,
do it right now.
we got to stay on time.
You got to stay on topic.
For a future-
If you have one name you want to throw out there,
Jeff Green.
The
No, just
Denver
give me three.
Nuggets.
Just wait. Give me like he's played for 11 teams. Give me just 5 teams he's played.
Oh,
for.
five
we're
teams
doing
he
like
played
that?
for?
Okay.
Yeah, Beckett. Just give me 5 teams, and then actually Nick goes first.
All right, I know the Jazz.
Okay.
I know the Celtics. Those are
Yes.
2.
Yes.
the Nuggets.
Whoa.
Well,
I'm just saying he knows.
Non-current
them.
teams.
Oh, okay.
Non-current
Yeah,
teams.
non-current,
I'm not going to count the Nuggets.
non-current.
I'm going to guess the Hornets.
Wait.
Don't tell me if I'm right.
No.
I'm just going to say,
You're not right. I'm
all
gonna tell
right,
you.
I'm
going
to guess the Hawks,
No.
and I'm going to guess I don't fucking know, the Sacramento Kings.
No.
What's 2?
All right. So you had 2. Beckett, go ahead.
Okay, I'll take his 2, and then I'll go with the Brooklyn Nets.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he was in that.
Yeah,
How
he
far
was.
can he go? Is the better question
Man.
before he gets it wrong.
Was
team.
he a Blazer?
I gotta look. Yeah, I gotta look at these
Whoa,
teams.
whoa. Don't-
No, I'm just getting the standings so I don't forget
okay.
teams.
All right. Good.
I'm trying to think.
So that's 3.
Jeff Green played for. I should know.
Who was he drafted by?
Oh, God. I don't even know.
He's 36. He was drafted before my time. Man, oh man, I'm disappointing myself. I want to say the Lakers, but I'm not gonna say the Lakers. I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies.
You would be correct. That's
Yeah.
4.
He was the 5th overall pick in
Yeah,
2011?
a ton of hype for Jeff Green.
Yeah.
Jeff Green. One more team. I feel like I'm taking up time, so I gotta just.
Well, I
throw.
don't care.
Okay.
This is entertaining.
Is it? You're hearing me? Think.
well, I don't
Jeff-
know.
The Thunder. The Thunder.
Yes, that's where he was drafted. That's
Yeah,
5.
that's what clicked. I was like the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's why I got the teams in front of me because I just forget teams. I am not one of those guys that has like
Dude,
division.
he is so
memorized.
old that he played with the Seattle Sonics.
Yeah,
Holy
with Kevin Durant.
shit.
Seattle Sonics legend Jeff.
All right.
All right, let's move on to.
I was gonna say Cleveland. Fuck. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on. Next up, and our final segment of the night, we picked players and rookies of the week. So,
Who's starting?
who is starting? Nick will start for once.
Interesting.
For
Calling on himself.
Interesting
yeah.
take right there by Nick.
So for player of the week, there was a lot. This was tough, man.
Oh,
There
boy,
was a
here we
lot
go.
of good players this week. Jason Tatum was in the mix. Dame Dalla was in the mix, but eventually I ended up settling on Ja Morant, Grizzlies point guard. He had an awesome week.
He did.
He averaged 34.4 points per game, 54.8 field goal percentage, and he was shooting a 57% clip from 3. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And he was doing that. He was doing all that in a lot less minutes played, 5 fewer minutes per game played than Lillard and Tatum. Also, he had the highest scoring game this season, 49 against the Rockets, and he scored 34 against the Knicks. He's been the best offensive guard in the league so far, so that's why I picked him as my player of the week. And then
I like that.
for rookie of the week, this was tough, man. It was either this guy or there was a few guys I was thinking about. I ended up going with Benedict Mathurin of the Pacers.
I think there's really 2 correct options
Yeah.
There's
right
2
now.
correct
Benedict
options.
Mathurin of the he's small. I don't even think he's the starting small forward.
No,
for the Pacers.
he's
bench.
come off the bench all 4 games.
Yeah.
Aaron Neesmith
off
is
the
starting.
bench.
Yeah.
He has averaged 24 points per game. He's shooting at a 52% clip.
Great efficiency.
You know, he's
Yeah.
been very good. He's leading all rookies in scoring by a hair. He's a hair ahead of Paolo Banchero for the 2 spot, and he scored 20 off the bench in consecutive games. He has had an awesome week. He's a rookie. I was super high on going into the year, and he's proven that he's going to be one of the top rookies to look for in the Rookie of the Year race.
Yeah. Definitely.
So,
Ben, who do you got for your player of the week?
All right, before we get started, got to bring a little something out. Just a little hint to, or a little homage, I should say, to my 2 players. Bring
Oh,
out
no.
the blue sunglasses for this one. Whoa, can I get them on? There we go.
where is
Because-
this going?
I don't know. Did you know this was happening?
I know
Because-
he told me he was bringing a prop. And
I did.
forgot he
I did.
said it.
So
Oh, man.
the reason why I'm bringing out the blue sunglasses is because the color blue signifies something for my 2 players. Any guesses?
No,
They're
I
both
zero
from Duke.
guesses.
And
Oh,
Duke runs
gotcha.
the NBA, baby. So we will jump into my
I
player
had no
of the
idea
week.
where that was going.
Neither did
Yeah,
I.
it was kind of a shot in the dark, but
Yeah, it
I felt
worked.
like it'd be funny.
Let's
Which it wasn't really, but like, who
just keep it going.
If one
Anyways.
person laughs, it was worth it.
okay, to that one person.
Probably that one Kings.
That
fan.
one.
That one Thunder fan.
Thank you.
What up, Connor?
So, my player of the week shouldn't be a surprise. Repping the Celtics for a reason. Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Great first 3 games of the season for him. 34.7 points per game, shooting 58.7 from the field. He leads the league in points through his first 3 games.
Yeah, and he
out of the
was
whole
was
NBA.
named Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
He was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was a bucket for his first 3 games. Obviously, opening night he scored 35. So did Jaylen Brown. And his 40 points against Orlando was very impressive.
A casual 40.
Casual 40 bomb on him.
And then post-game interview, he was disappointed with the
He was disappointed with how
with
they
the
played.
defense.
Yeah, which
You like to see that.
yeah, you do, because they didn't. The defense didn't play a great game in Orlando, but the other games, and he's been locking up talent all over the place for the first 3 games. I mean, he locked up. Well, I don't know if I could say locked up because Banchero did end up with 20 points in that game, I believe. But when he was guarding him, he was playing great against him. But yeah, obviously Tatum is the kind of player who could end up as a player of the week a few times throughout the season. But you know how he is. He's streaky. The start of his year is usually cold, and this is a little different taste. So anyway, my other Duke is Paolo Banchero. The Magic have had a disappointing start this season, but he has been by far their biggest surprise, I guess. I mean, I don't think as the number 1 pick, like maybe just historically people would think, oh, like, wow, you're surprised by the number 1 overall pick dropping 23 per game. But to be honest, I think everyone, not just me and these guys in here, but a lot of people were low on Banchero starting the year. And he's been great so far. He's been carrying that Magic team.
I wouldn't even say I was low on him, but this is
Yeah.
impressive. I didn't think he would come out and
It is
score
impressive.
20 plus a game in every
you
single
talk,
game. So
I'll let you talk about it, but his debut was like historic.
Yeah.
He broke a record with that, I think.
He did break something. I forget what.
Or
the
it
exact
was
record
no,
was.
I'll pull it.
Oh, it was 25, 5 and 5 first
Yeah.
since LeBron.
It was and he
That's
scored.
an ESPN
he scored.
stat.
It is.
No, but like
LeBron.
the non-stat. That's the most points that a first overall pick has scored since
Yeah.
AI dropped 30.
yeah.
He scored more than Bron did in his.
Can he
NBA
break
debut.
the number 1 pick curse, not winning rookie of the year? It's been a while.
I don't think
I
so.
don't know.
I
Matherin's
But,
hunting for it.
Yeah.
there's some guys out.
Off the bench.
There's
Right
so
now,
many good rookies this
Matherin may very well be 6th man of the year and rookie of the year.
Honestly.
I just want to say that.
There
Honest,
are so
yeah.
many good rookies this season.
Yeah, they
There
really are. Keegan Murray, we haven't talked about him at all.
He's only
He
played one
missed
game.
2 games.
yeah.
The first 2
And,
games.
and his
no
and his one game,
He was good.
was it
Man.
17 points?
Something like that.
He did
yeah.
really good.
Really good.
But anyway, I think he leads rookies or is very close to leading rookies in points per game.
He was
So,
second last week,
Yeah.
so very, very
Yeah.
close.
Scored 27 in his debut. That's pretty impressive. And his player efficiency rating is 22.26, which is very good. So, I mean, very impressed. I mean, I'm taking off the sunglasses here for a second here because, the stage is not too bright for Paulo. And I'm going to segue.
Oh,
over
he was rehearsing
back-
that one in the room, wasn't he?
That was
Maybe.
awesome.
Maybe just a little rehearsal.
All right, well, I'll stay with Paulo. I'll save my player for the
Yeah.
last. Like you said, I agree with everything you said. Hopefully, maybe his play can result in the Magic winning a few games, which it hasn't so far this year. They're going winless. What I want to stress with Paulo, consistency. Really consistent. I mean, 20 plus in every game in your first 4 games, 3 or 4 games, is really impressive from a rookie playing his first NBA action. So I'll give him a lot of credit for that. That's really all I have to say about Paulo.
I think he's the last thing we say on Paulo for today. I think he's going to keep them in close games that they shouldn't have any business in being close.
Yeah.
Like they kept that Celtics game relatively
did.
close,
Which it was
too.
a back-to-back travel for
Yeah.
the Celtics,
And
but
the Celtics did
without
play bad
Al Horford.
defensively, but
Yeah.
which, you know what? This isn't a Celtics podcast, but man, the Celtics defense has been disappointing. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
And what do you expect without Robert Williams? And that whole defense is just different without him. So
Yeah, it has.
Anyways.
But perimeter, they haven't looked good either. All right, I'm getting segued on the Celtics.
Yeah.
We've already talked about the Jazz enough as well. Let's jump over to another Western Conference team. Portland Trailblazers, my player of the week, Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard.
The NBA would agree with you because he won Western honors. So.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't even know
He
that.
took home the Western Conference player. Of the
That's
week.
cool. I mean, 40-plus points.
So good.
41, I believe it was in both games. In both games, consecutive games, back-to-back, against the Phoenix Suns, really good team, and the Lakers, big name, not great team.
Yeah.
But 40-plus points against anybody in any level of play, especially the NBA. 40
doing
points.
it back-to-back.
Back-to-back.
Still impressive.
That's
yeah.
impressive. That's consistent. You've got your team undefeated so far, looking healthy. I mean, Damian Lillard, I don't think there's much explanation there. I could have gone with Tatum. I actually had Ja Morant in the graphic, like you guys know. Ja and Dame, really, really close for me.
Yeah.
Tatum was my number 3. But all good picks, and I really like the way Lillard's been playing. So
Yeah, I'm currently shopping Damian Lillard jerseys right now because
Rip City.
he is.
You want to get one of those?
I might get this one.
the red
City
one?
Yeah, that Rip City.
Hey, there you go. Rip
Yeah.
City.
For
Rip.
those who don't know, Tatum is my favorite player, which, who could have guessed? But Dame is my easy second. I love Dame.
Another-
Dame's my 3rd.
I missed
Another
him
guy
so
that
bad.
I was
maybe second.
considering. I wasn't gonna do it because he wasn't quite up there. But my favorite player, Donovan Mitchell, had an awesome first week.
You should
with
get a
Cleveland.
Cavs jersey. I know
He
you don't
had-
want to, but like
He had
you
an
should.
awesome first
You
week
should.
with the
They're tough.
Cleveland Cavaliers. I believe he scored 30+ in every game he played. Yeah, he's averaging 33.3
Are we
points
going
on
to
the
keep
season.
calling him top 10?
Don?
Yeah. We
This
started
week-
off the podcast saying he
this
might be
week-
top 10.
This week he had a
This
top
week
10
he
week.
was top 10.
He had a
Okay.
top 10 week.
He's not
He's-
top 10 in the NBA right
Listen,
now.
he has
He
been
could be by the end of the year. Maybe
balling.
if he balls out.
How's his
but
defense been?
He's
Not great. Not great.
He's averaging 2 steals a game, actually.
I thought he would
That's
be.
not just defense though. That's just
no,
I
2
thought he would
steals
be
a
better
game.
defensively coming into the league, and he showed that he can be a productive defensive player in the
he's,
Jazz
He's not.
system
He's
for a
not
little.
an elite defender. He's a serviceable defender,
Yeah.
right? He'll get you some highlight
which
replays
if
on
he
defense.
can be serviceable on the Cavs
Yeah.
when you've got Mobley and Jared Allen and Isaac Okoro, guys that play defense, you'll be fine. So
Yeah, like he's always been a serviceable defender. He'll get you some highlight reel defensive plays every now and then. Most of them are coast to coast strips where he dunks that shit.
yeah.
You know, he's not Marcus Smart. He's not Marcus Smart. He's a volume scorer
nobody's Marcus
who's gonna
Smart.
knock the ball
No.
down from 3 and bust your ass in the paint.
His first biggest test defensively, I think, will be this Friday night against the Celtics at TD Garden, going up against Jaylen Brown.
That's a great game.
It's a great game.
That's a
Sorry, almost not.
No, you're good. You're good.
Sorry, I don't want
Scare
to
me there.
break anybody's ears there. But yeah, that's gonna be the first defensive test for him. I mean, these other teams he's played so far, Raptors, like that's Gary Trent, right? Probably he's guarding, or Van Vliet.
No, it'd probably be Trent.
And he went up against. Did they have him guarding Levine? mostly? I wasn't watching
mixed
that.
it up.
Either
Okay.
Levine or
They mixed it up.
DeRozan.
And the Wizards and Magic don't really have anybody, but
Yeah.
the first biggest test, like, Brown is.
Bradley Beal.
Oh,
Yeah, Beal.
my apologies. Was he guarding Beal?
Probably.
Yeah.
They're both
Okay,
shooting
okay,
guards, so
okay.
probably.
Yeah, fair enough. But I
Like
think
45 minutes in that one. Holy shit.
athletically, Jalen
that one went to
Brown,
overtime.
Jalen Brown's going to be his biggest test, and it'll really tell me a lot if he's able to contain Jalen a little.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But he scoring wise, he has been so consistent.
Yes,
31
yes.
against the Raptors, 32
He's
against
gotta
the
get his
Bulls,
buckets.
37 in overtime against the Wizards. He's been scoring awesome.
Yep.
I'm loving him.
And real quick, before we wrap this up, Wizards Pistons is underway right now. We've touched on the Pistons a little. We really haven't talked about the Wizards. We just mentioned Bradley Beal.
Yeah, we can
But-
wrap up by
but-
talking Wizards.
which is a weird team to talk about because they're so blah.
Shout out our
But
one Wizards fan. Does anyone know a Wizards fan?
I don't. I can't say that I do.
Actually, I think I might.
All right.
Not someone I have contact with, but like
you
I
know
think
a
I've
Wizards
crossed
fan.
the path of.
Okay,
like,
so
across
they
the
do
path.
exist.
They might exist.
They do exist.
But anyways, my point there was Kristaps Porzingis has 10 points already halfway through the first quarter.
Holy shit.
Oh, see, really?
He does.
Okay, let me look at this box score. Quick.
The team has 18. Kristaps has 10.
Yeesh. Okay,
Yeah. So that's a guy that could look to have a bounce back year.
he could.
And that's really all I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, Washington has been one of those bad, quote-unquote, bad teams that have been winning games and have been surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if they keep it up. We'll see. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Washington Wizards.
I am too.
And those pink jerseys.
They have pink
Beautiful.
jerseys?
Yeah, they have pink city jerseys.
Oh, I haven't seen
that are
these.
like
I
the
gotta-
same as the.
Cherry Blossom?
They're
Are they
in
Cherry
collaboration with the
Oh.
Nationals cherry blossom.
Really?
They look pretty
Interesting.
solid. Not as good as the Nationals.
Oh.
But they do look very clean.
I haven't seen
These
these.
are clean, dude.
Oh, those are nice.
Wait,
Yeah,
I haven't
they're
seen
super nice.
They're good call.
They're
Oh my
super
God,
nice.
these are so pretty.
Also,
What
they
the
brought
heck?
back the.
They're like a better version of the Heat Vice
they,
jerseys.
you know what else
Yeah.
the Wizards did? They brought back the blue Wizards jerseys as
Oh, really?
throwbacks. Oh man, they have such good jerseys.
W marketing.
The
Oh my
Wizards
God,
have
this
such good
picture of
jerseys.
Kyle Kuzma with it on is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Dude, it's so
He's
good.
just chilling. He's like got his arm perched on
for the
stone.
for
He's
the
just
video,
chilling.
we'll like show it.
Hand on the hip.
We'll like
Yeah.
download it and show it to you guys.
We'll put the
on
picture
video.
of Kuzma
yeah.
rocking it.
Um,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first week of the NBA season.
What a week.
What a week. Good week. Good
Yeah.
starting week.
We're excited for week 2 coming up. A lot of great games. Excited to update those power rankings.
Yeah.
See who steps up.
Watch some
There's-
good ball.
yeah.
Play some fantasy ball. I won my first fantasy basketball matchup.
I didn't.
You didn't?
Oh, I did too.
I might have left.
I'm playing
LeBron
you
on my
this week.
bench
No,
on
I'm
Sunday.
playing
You're
Nick
going
this
down.
week. Right now, I think I'm currently losing because no one.
Let me
played from last-
check.
Oh, I shoot! I didn't start my line. I didn't edit my lineup.
I have, dude. You might
Oh,
not even
no.
need to. I have one player playing.
Oh no! I have to take advantage of this. No.
I have one.
All right, while they
I messed
edit their
up.
fantasy
I
lineups,
messed
make
up.
sure to check out Mavericks Pelicans today at 7:30. That's a game we'll definitely talk about. I don't know if this episode will be up in time, but that's a big game to recap, as well as Warriors Suns. We touched on both of those. Anything else you guys got to say?
No.
I
I
don't
had a
think so.
blast though. I had
This
a
was
blast.
fun.
I had fun too.
This was fun.
All right, well,
All right, take us out, Beckett.
that's episode 4 of Ballin, I guess. And week 1 of the NBA is officially over with. We're jumping into week 2, and we'll see you guys next week. That was a lot of weeks.